Meow, my friends. It seems President Trump has decided to appoint America's favourite octogenarian warrior, Keith Kellogg, as his special envoy to solve the Ukraine crisis. Because when you think peace negotiator, you naturally think of an 80-year-old retired lieutenant general with as much diplomatic experience as a bull in a china shop. Kellogg, a Vietnam War veteran and former Trump administration yes man, has been given a mere 100 days to solve a conflict that's been raging since 2022. It's like trying to lose 100 pounds in a week. Ambitious, probably impossible, but hey, at least it will be entertaining to watch. As one analyst put it, expecting Kellogg to negotiate peace in 100 days is like expecting a cat to learn to bark. Theoretically possible, but highly unlikely. For those of you who've been living under a rock, or perhaps in one of Putin's bunkers, this little tiff between Russia and Ukraine has seen more plot twists than a telenovela. We've had invasions, counter-offensives, and enough geopolitical drama to make Game of Thrones look like a friendly game of checkers. And meow, Trump thinks he can wrap it up faster than you can say Kovfefe. But wait, there's more. Trump's threatening Russia with tariffs if they don't play nice. Because nothing says world peace like a good old-fashioned trade war, right? I'm sure Putin's quaking in his boots at the thought of paying an extra 2% on his caviar exports. With US-Russia trade volumes at historic lows, we're talking less than 0.2% of total US imports, these tariffs might have all the impact of a feather falling on a pillow. Now, let's talk about our man Kellogg. He's been Trump's go-to cap and crunch since 2016, co-chairing the America First Policy Institute, a think tank. So America first, they probably think the moon landing was too international. Their brilliant frosted flakes of a peace plan, a ceasefire along current front lines, because nothing says they're great like rewarding an invader with stolen territory, right? Meanwhile, our European allies are watching this diplomatic Fruit Loops with a mixture of horror and fascination. It's like they're witnessing a car crash in slow motion, but the car is their entire continent's security strategy. I can almost hear the collective facepalm from Brussels to Berlin. Putin, on the other hand, is about as eager to negotiate as a cat is to take a bath. He's been ghosting Western leaders harder than I ghost my ex's texts. And why wouldn't he? He's got a whole Chex Mix of Ukraine under his control, and he's not exactly known for his Special K brand of compromise. If these tariffs go through, the Russian economy might tank faster than the Titanic. But hey, at least vodka might finally be affordable for us common folk. Although, given that we can impose these tariffs thanks to the dusty old Tariff Act of 1930, a law older than Kellogg himself, I wouldn't hold my breath for any economic miracles. Diplomatic experts are side-eyeing this plan harder than I side-eye people who say they don't like pizza. John Bolton, former National Security Advisor and moustache aficionado, said Kellogg is loyal and dependable, but he's not known for pushing back or offering independent judgment. In other words, he's the perfect yes man for a job that requires saying "niet" a lot. If this goes south, we might be looking at a geopolitical dumpster fire that makes the Cold War look like a pleasant autumn day. Stock up on your canned borscht and learn Russian, folks. Because if there's one thing we've learned from history, it's that appeasement always works out great, right? Just ask Neville Chamberlain how that whole peace in our time thing went. But let's not forget the human cost of this conflict. The humanitarian crisis in Ukraine is staggering, with nearly 13 million people in need of assistance. That's more people than the entire population of New York City and Los Angeles combined. And while Trump and Kellogg play diplomatic Jenga with outdated tools, these folks are just trying to survive another day in a war zone that's seen more explosions than Michael Bay's entire filmography. In the grand theatre of international politics, Trump and Kellogg are about to put on a performance that will either win them a Nobel Peace Prize or a one-way ticket to the diplomatic doghouse. It's like The Apprentice Nuclear Edition, where the stakes are higher than Trump Tower and the potential for global catastrophe is, well, huge. So, my friends, if you think this plan is nuttier than a squirrel's winter stash, smash that like button. If you're as confused as a Russian oligarch trying to access his frozen Swiss bank account, hit subscribe. And if you want to stay updated on this geopolitical rollercoaster, ring that bell like it's the alarm for World War III. Remember, in the world of Trumpian diplomacy, every day is a new episode of Deal or No Deal Armageddon Edition. Stay tuned, keep your bomb shelters stocked, and maybe start learning how to say, Can I have some more borscht, please? In Russian, just in case. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Ron de Parmesan, and this has been another Newscat special report. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to invest in a vodka distillery. I hear it might be the next big thing in US-Russia trade.